Come on down. That's just your spot.
I'm sitting in my living room looking through credit cards transactions when in between, 10 million Amazon charges, I spot a charge I don't recognize. It's January 22nd, 2025. I'm in my cream plush couch. I've got the heat on, the fireplace on. I've got a blanket and my laptop on my lap because I'm so sick of this stupid Georgia winter. I Google the charge and my arms prickle with goosebumps as I realize what it is. I've spent the last 83 days on a good streak, but the decade prior, I've been an asshole, a liar, and as emotionally stable as a feral cat. I head upstairs, gripping the banister a little tighter than usual before walking the plank of my catwalk to our bedroom. I open the door and I speak 7 words to my wife. Are you gonna serve me divorce papers? As my rage creeps in. 10 years prior, I'm looking around at the other 15 adults. We're sitting in a circle of fold-up chairs. The room we're in isn't dimly lit, but it's far from bright. It smells like a combo of mildew and stale coffee, which is not as mouth-watering as it seems. Up in one of the corners, there's a spider spinning a web looking down at us with judgment. I feel like I'm inside a pack of cigarettes. I stand up, I take a breath, and I say, my name is Chris, and I'm an addict. It's summer 2014. I'm at my first Marijuana Anonymous meeting. I'm 30 years old and I'm sitting next to Sam, my girlfriend, who was here supporting me. As we leave, a tattooed mustache man comes up to me and says, thanks for sharing, keep coming back. I promise him I will, and I make the same promise to Sam, choosing her good love over my bad love of weed. But I never go back to that pack of cigarettes again. That spider can go fly a kite. It's December 2024, and I've just checked into the Hyatt in downtown Athens for a dad's weekend away with one of my best friends. No wives, no kids, no kids. Just 2 dudes watching football in our college town. Fortunately, we're 40, and we're way past our 2 queen bed days, so I'm unpacking in the blissful privacy of my snore-free hotel room. I'm looking through my laptop bag when my hand grabs something that drops a boulder into my stomach. It's rectangular, about as long as my hand. I feel like I've just discovered a hidden switchblade in line at TSA, except instead of a knife, I pull out a forgotten weed vape pen, and the boulder crushes me in place. I'm by myself. I may have 50 days being clean, but I've got nobody here to keep me accountable. 3 memories come to mind over the last decade. Think of the time on my lunch break, I sped home, I drove, I parked my car, I ran upstairs, I took off my shirt and tie so I could get high naked, so my clothes wouldn't reek when I went back to work. I think of on my honeymoon as I'm walking through a parking lot and I find a half-smoked joint on the ground and I pick it up and put it in my pocket. And I think of the number of times I grabbed the rope down to my attic and climbed that janky wooden ladder to my secret stash in the insulation. Each of these memories included a fight with Sam, my girlfriend turned wife who loves me way more than I deserve. And every time, that feral cat in me came out to play. I'd yell things like, you have no idea this rock'em sock'em battle in my head, or I'm a grown man, or my favorite, this has nothing to do with you. Each time I would choose anger and defensiveness rather than face my lies and my guilt. But this time, that blue rock'em sock'em knocked that red devil out. I took a picture of that pen. I texted Sam the truth before I threw it away in the metal trash can by the hotel elevator. My ex, she wanted one last fling. But after 10 years of breaking up and getting back together and breaking up and getting back together, I finally served weed the divorce papers she deserved. I paid a lawyer to understand more about the process, but I'm not going to divorce you today, my wife replies, as my shoulders lower. I can't fault her for hedging her future. I've put her through quite the ringer. Instead, I bury my rage and I sit in her leather office chair and we talk for 90 minutes. I ask questions, I listen, I don't interrupt. I take deep breaths and I let myself feel my guilt, but more importantly, I let myself feel her pain. For the first time in years, we take a step forward together. Yesterday, February 9th, I went to another 12-step meeting. Instead of 15 people, there were 50. I had grown men I didn't know come and give me hugs. That smell of mildew, it got replaced with pie. but that stale coffee smelled like heaven. I have no idea if there was a spider because instead of judgment, I found connection. I felt like I was inside a pack of Band-Aids. But as I left, nobody told me keep coming back because this was my 20th meeting in the last 3 months. And instead, they tell me, welcome home. I know I'm going to be fighting this disease for the rest of my life. I've also learned that I'm not just an addict in recovery. I'm a liar in recovery, a feral cat in recovery, and an asshole. Well, that part might still be a little active. And I'm sure I'm going to run into my ex one day, and I might struggle to say no. But I know I will, because I've learned the only thing worse than the hurt of a bad love is the hurt of a good love. I'm so grateful my wife still chooses me, and while she and I still have a long road ahead, that weed can go fly a kite. And as I stand here today with 102 days clean, I'm proud to say my name is Chris. I'm addicted to sobriety. Thank you.